Hi guys, hi. How's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I'm doing my project pen intro for 2024 and I cannot be more excited to do so. I stopped doing my project pen in early December of 2023 to give myself a little bit of a month's reprieve. And I'm so excited to roll in a new project pan. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. Welcome to my channel. Happy New Year. So glad that you're here. I am a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here, but ultimately I'm just out here talking about makeup, and I'm assuming you also like to talk about makeup or you wouldn't be here. I hope that you find that this channel gives you everything that your heart's desired as far as a new channel to watch, and you'll want to subscribe before you go. With that said, let's just talk about some makeup, shall we? All right, so as I said, today we are doing my Project Pan intro for 2024. I'm so excited to roll into this. So for those of you who are new, who haven't been around, I do two project pans on my channel. One is a completionist project pan, that is this one, and the other one is a game for usage, that is Deck of Panning. And I'm so excited about that. I have thought about also entering into my space the Fantastic Ladies Churn and Burn, which is like getting usage of samples as another project pan for me to do this year, but I haven't 100% decided on whether I'm going to do that or not, and if I do, I'll just jump in. But this is my completionist project pan. I do have a planned pan video that I put out late last year, I think early December, late November, somewhere around there. It did showcase like the 30 something items that I plan to pan this year, and that's not to say that my objective is to get them done through Project Pan, although they will be what I pull for through Project Pan, but I just want them out of my collection by the end of the year because they're either old or they're almost done anyways. Just want to refresh, right? I want to refresh. But this one is my completionist project pan. So everything I roll in here, I don't roll out until it's done. I have 10 items that I circulate through. And as I finish one item, I pull another one in to the collection. So you will see updates on this every single month because I like to keep it fresh and real. And I don't like to pull in a new product until I've discussed it with you guys first. So with that said, I think I got all of the housekeeping out of the way. We can make this real short and sweet. I want to showcase the items for you that I have that I'm starting the year out with, and let's do that. So first and foremost, I have an oldie, a couple oldies but goodies, so things that have been in my project pans of past. This was in my project pan last year. It was in for a good amount of time last year. This is my Dior Powder No Powder, and this is in the shade 3N or 3 Neutral. And where I found I got the most use out of this project at the end of the project was by using it as a bronzer. This is a very, very deep neutral shade, and it's also very rosy for the most part. I think that you guys can see that. I can't use it on my overall, so towards the end of last year's project, I did start using it as a bronzer, and that's where a large portion of this pan came from. So I am going to roll it into this project to start with. I do think that it'll probably take me a good few months with it in here. I do anticipate that we will see this probably roll out around April, as long as I continue to use it in the way that I was using it in my last year's project pan. This is rolling in this year as of the 1st of January with 60 grams of product within it. And I think that you can see it's got a heck of a pan. So you should see B-roll footage and you've seen the product. So I'm going to try and be better about that this year. That is a goal that I have. The second item is going to be this. This is the Hourglass Veil Primer, and this is rolling in at 83 grams, but I will, truth be told, let you know that this is a gimme product. This is a primer that I actually quite love. I think it's super soft and silky, feels really good on the skin. I feel like my makeup lays on my skin better every single time I use this, and there's really not that much left of this product. I think that you can see that. What I have found I have been doing today specifically is having to pull it out and dig it out in order to get anything. I do think that this will probably roll out next month, so I'm really excited about it. The 83 grams, I think, is because this is a glass container. This is a product that once it's out of my collection, I would repurchase it in a heartbeat. Probably not until I've got more primers out of my collection than what I currently have out of my collection, but I blew through some primers last year, so I'm planning on blowing through some primers this year as well. The next item is resurfacing. It was in I think my deck of panning last year. It was one of the last roll-ins to my deck of panning, and that's when I realized, wow, Donnie, you really should get some usage out of this. But this is my Bite Beauty. I think it's one of their Amuse Bouge, right? Amuse Bouge. I don't have a clue. Let me look at it real quick.
Pulling up my phone as my magnifying glass because y'all know I am blind. Yes, this is a Bite Beauty Amuse Bouge. Amuse Bouge. What?
Amuse Bouge lipsticks, and this is in the shade Chai. This is just a mini, and I am pretty confident that I could get this used up. It is what's on my lips today. I do think it's rather pink for me, to be honest, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be pink, but it is really pink, and that might just be because of the lip liner I have underneath it, which you'll see also in this getup. So I not only have it tracked and mapped out on my tracker here, which you guys will get familiar with if you're not familiar yet, but I also did weigh it, and it weighs in at 8 grams. So in addition to tracking it in this way, which I saw Jessica from Jessica Banana do in her project pans, and I thought it was brilliant, but I also will be showing you this, which has it all mapped out as far as length of item, but I also will be weighing it as well. So my plan with that is to use it not only as a lipstick, but also as a cream blush. I do like the Bite Beauty lipsticks as blush, and I think it's a really good shade of blush as well. Today I'm wearing it on my lips alone, but I do think that that's going to take me a hot minute to get through. I'm hoping by April, but I think it will more than likely be around May that I'm rolling it out. It's going to take me a minute. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I use lip liner and gloss on an everyday basis. I very rarely wear lipstick, so unless it's in this kind of thing, I'm never going to remember to use it. So there's that. The next thing I have is this. This is the Benefit Floritint. This was in, I believe, my deck of panning last year as well, and I really quite loved it. I actually didn't want to take it out of my deck of panning at that point in time because I had a really good time with it. This is a liquid blush. It's what they call a lip and cheek stain, and I really, really love it as a blush. This is just a mini. It does weigh in at 26 grams to start. I don't know how much is in here. We're only going to be able to measure this through weight. I'm unfamiliar with how long it takes any of these to leave a collection. I've never panned one of these before, so we will see. But my liquid blush category, my liquid and cream blush category has grown exponentially over the last year. Getting one out isn't going to hurt my feelings any, and this one's just a mini, so it'll give us a good idea of how long it really will take for even the bigger ones that I have, because I have 2 of the bigger sizes too. Really super excited to have this in. I can't even begin to guess how long this is going to take. It's one of those kind of blushes that a little dab will do you, and who knows, it might still be around at the end of the year. I don't know. I'm hoping not, but I'm unsure. The next thing I have is the Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer. And this is an eye primer that I purchased because I had heard, or I think I had heard, and I might be wrong, but I had heard this is a really great eye primer. I have to be honest with you, it's new in my collection. It's in a project pan, and there's a reason for that. I don't particularly love this eye primer. It doesn't bother my eyes at all, but it also is clear. It doesn't blank out anything. I really thought it was going to have a little bit more of a tacky feel to it, and it just doesn't. I have been using it. It's rather new in my collection, but it's been in my shop, my stash, so it has seen quite a bit of use. And this is where it's sitting at right now, and I think that that's a good amount of use. I can't really bend it for you right now because this is a doe foot inside of here, so I'm gonna have to, when I measure it month over month, I'm gonna have to take the doe foot out, bend it, measure it in that way. We're going to likely see not this container get skinny like a lot of containers like this do, because of that doe foot in there, but I don't really love the eye primer. It doesn't do anything for me, honestly. It reminds me actually a lot of the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I don't also love Primer Potion. I think I'm probably the only one on the planet that doesn't like Primer Potion, but if you love Primer Potion, you would probably love this. That does weigh in at 19 grams. We have a ways to go. I do think that this will probably end up being gone. I use eye primer every single time I put on eyeshadow for the most part. I do it for review purposes, but it's not very often if I'm honest. So I do imagine that this will probably be able to be rolled out in March if I keep up with wearing eyeshadow in the way I have been wearing eyeshadow over the last several months. We will be able to roll something else in at that point in time. The next thing I have is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm, and this actually has been in a project pan a couple times. I think that you will be able to see that there is a bit of a pan in there, but I'll open it up and show you as well. This is a product that I use every single day on my lips. When I come into this makeup room, the first thing I do is put this on my lips to hydrate my lips for lipstick purposes after I get done with all the rest of my makeup. So it does get use every day. It's just not much use every day. This was, I think, one of the first products that I rolled into a project pan years ago. So this is so old in my collection and it needs to go. That's the reason why it's on my list right now. This is rolling in at 28 grams of product. I do think that this will probably take me a minute to get through, but if I make it my purse gloss, if I make it my everyday usage balm, my multiple times a day usage balm, like carrying it around in my pocket, I don't think it'll take me as long as it would if I just left it up here. So I will probably end up traveling with this, putting it in my pocket, putting it down by my desk, like carrying it around with me everywhere so that I do get the usage out of it. But I'm really excited to have that in this project pan because it's a long time coming. It really should be exiting my collection. I have two eyeliners, which I know are completely ridiculous, but one is a black and one is a brown. I am wearing the black one today. This is the LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner in the shade Blackout. It's just a black eyeliner pencil. Really great formula. I love this formula because it doesn't bleed, it doesn't move, it stays put. Really great price point as well. These are like $4, I think, at Ulta Beauty. You're going to see this on the trackers, but you're also going to get weights on this. The weights on this probably are not likely to change month over month, but this is 2 grams of product that we have currently. I have not panned one of these Shockwave liners, so I don't know where the lead stops in here, but I will not use it anymore when I can't sharpen it anymore. I do tend to sharpen my eyeliners quite often. I do like a really nice pointy end to my eyeliner. So with that said, I do think that this has been in my collection for quite some time. I have sharpened it quite a few times, but I still think that it'll probably be June before this is out of my collection. I don't use black eyeliner very often, to be honest, except for on my tight line. and that's just not a very big area. So again, that weighs in at 2 grams of product, and you'll also see it on the trackers. The other eyeliner that I'm bringing in is the Jante Blue eyeliner in dark brown. I do think that this was part of my deck of panning project last year towards the end of the year as well. And I did get like 15 uses out of it. It didn't go very far, to be honest, but this one weighs in at 3 grams of product, and it is just a brown eye pencil. If I'm wearing an eyeliner, 9 times out of 10, it is going to be a brown. I wear eyeliner in my tight line for sure. Very rarely do I put it on my lower lash line, but if I do put it on my lower lash line, it's either a colored one or it's this brown. So today it's black all the way. But really excited to have that pencil in, and you will see it on the trackers as well as we will be weighing it. I don't imagine, again, that the weight is going to change a whole lot. I also have the Buxom Plump Liner. That is what's on my lips in addition to the Bite Beauty Chai. This is a lip liner that's been in my collection for far too long. And these guys, when you look at the trackers, are going to be measured from this point on because there's just a brush on the other end. I have panned one of these Buxom Plump Liners in the past, and it takes forever to pan, but I am excited to have another lip liner in my project pan because last year I think I was able to go through like 2 or 3 full-size lip liners in my project pan. I think it was 3. I'm really excited to barrel through the lip liners in my collection, continue to just make that a focus. All the lip liners I have in my collection for the most part are pretty old, so this is still really creamy. It still smells fine. It still is very pigmented and still works really, really well. I'm not tugging or anything. This used to be my favorite formula of lip liners. It no longer is, but I think it's because it's so dang big, not for any other reason. Great pigmentation, great wearability. I just don't love these anymore, so I'm really excited to put that in. That one weighs in at 5 grams, and you will see it on the trackers. Last but not least, the 10th item is resurfacing, as has been in my project pans a lot, but specifically was in my project pan for most of last year, where I had decided that I wanted to make it a point to pan one side of the duo, and I did that, and it is the Fenty Kilowatt Highlighter in the shades Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And I was able to pan one whole side of it. This year I would like to finish up with this side. So this is actually a combination of the two, whatever was left over in the pans. I did bring them together into one side of the component, and this is what I will be panning this year. So it is a conglomeration of both of them together. So it's not Lightning Dust nor Fire Crystal, but it is both. This does weigh in at 58 grams currently. And I know last year it took me a grip ton of time to get through the one side, but this is a very, very thin layer of product in there. I'm hoping that you guys will be able to see that with the B-roll that I have taken of this product. So I don't think it will take me nearly as long as it took me to finish off the one side last year. With that said, that is it. So those are the 10 products that I'm starting the year off with. I think it's very lofty of me to have 2 eyeliners in this just to start it off. I do have 2 products that I do think are not going to take me super long. I do think that this will probably be out by March. This will definitely be a rollout next month because I'm already pulling it in a weird way. I think that this one could be 3rd out. I think that honestly, these will probably go before anything else goes, but I'm going to do some damage on this between now and next month. I'm going to see what I can do by just keeping it in my pocket, keeping it with me, and using it on my lips as a, instead of reapplying lip gloss, reapply a balm instead. So maybe I can get some good usage out of that. I do think that this and this and this and probably this are going to be longer term items than the rest of those. I want to say that these are going to be out super quick, but I still do think that these will probably last through at least July. Those are my 10 products. Let me know what you think about the 10 products that I have listed out for my go-tos. Last year, I was able to finish 37 products through this project pan. The year before that, 36, and the year before that, 33. So I have been able to increase the number of products that I've been able to pan through Project Pan every single year. I've had a 50 unit goal for the last 3 years as far as panning goes, and I came really close last year. I had 46 items that I panned through Project Pan or Deck of Panning. So I'm really super excited for what this year holds. Really super excited to start with some gimme items, but also some long-term items, and really super excited about the list that I have created for the items that I'd like to pan this year. I think it's going to be a super successful year. And let me know if you guys are doing any project pans. I would surely be interested in watching them. I love watching project pans. They're super fun just to watch everybody, you know, pick the items that they're going to be project panning and the reasons why, and see how they track them. I mean, that's how you get ideas like this, and that's how you get ideas of what you want to pan yourself, is by watching how long it takes somebody else to pan a certain thing. Like, I know I'm never going to be panning an eyeshadow ever again because I tried it. Last year was a miserable fail for having a palette in my project pan. I won't be doing that again. And I still ended up with not one of those eyeshadows panned entirely. So, I mean, yes, we did get some pans, but we didn't get panned eyeshadow. I know that it's going to be a fun year. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a fun year. So let me know your thoughts and your opinions, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm super interested to hear from you. Don't forget to hit me up down in that comment section. I am counting on you. And with that said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you had an awesome New Year's Eve and a safe New Year's Eve and are really enjoying the new year so far. I know we're only a few days in, but I hope that you and yours are well, that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can. I hope that you are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.